Welcome back to ACDN-TV for Tuesday, March 23rd. Dylan and I are here to continue your week. We have a great show for you today and an inside look at Chase Watson's apparel and what Swatera Coffee is doing for March Madness.
But first, let's start the week off with some great news involving COVID.
Wait, good news involving COVID?
I know it's hard to believe that there's good news when it comes to COVID, but the gradual reopening has started. Last week, Governor Wolf announced that he is lifting some of the COVID restrictions on restaurants and other businesses in the state and allowing a higher limit on indoor and outdoor gatherings. This decision was made due to the COVID cases dropping recently and due to the number of vaccines increasing throughout the state. The changes will begin next week.
I can't wait for things to get back to normal. Now we turn to Alex Long, who spoke with Chase Watson about his own business called 100 Watts Apparel. Let's take a closer look at his brand.
I'm Alex Long of ACDN-TV. Last week, I got to sit down with Junior Chase Watson and talk to him about his new company, 100 Watts Apparel. Let's go take a look at some of his designs.
I see you.
Why did you want to start this company?
Well, recently I've been very interested in clothing and fashion, so it just felt like an instinct to start a clothing brand and hopefully get up there with Nike and Adidas.
How do you plan to sell new drops of clothing?
Well, we have a social media page, and also I have lots of stuff on hand, so if you want anything, just contact me.
Where do you see this company in 5 years?
In 5 years, I'm going to be in college, so hopefully it starts to grow a bit more than it is now, and then eventually when I get out of college, I can just build on that.
How do you use social media to advertise your clothing?
Well, we post a lot of pictures of the clothing on there, and then people online will see that and then hopefully go and, be interested and buy it.
Is there any meaning behind your company name?
There's not really a meaning, but it's more like just a number and then my last name.
How do you plan to overcome challenges in your business?
Well, it's more of a mental hurdle than a physical hurdle. It's like if people aren't buying, then your mentality is going to be like, oh, well, I should just give up. But the real trick is to not give up and keep trying to put yourself out there.
What clothing brand do you model your clothes off of?
I don't really model them after any specific brand, but I did watch a YouTube channel that had 100 in it, and I was like, okay, well, that design's kind of cool. So that's where I took the 100 on the shirts from.
What other designs do you want for your clothes?
See, I'm trying to take the actual words itself. I'm trying to put 100 and then watts as an actual word and put it on the top shoulder, and then for pants maybe put them on the upper right or left corner.
What are your early expectations for this company?
Well, early I'm not really expecting it to really blow up. I'm just really trying to get my my feeling for the industry and how to produce and sell stuff.
What are expectations later for this company?
In the long run, I'm just expecting for the company to grow slowly and slowly until it just takes off somewhere.
What types of clothes do you sell right now?
Right now, I sell sweatshirts, I sell these long sleeves t-shirts, and I sell also crop top sweatshirts for girls.
What clothes do you plan to sell in the future?
I plan to sell anything from beanies to socks to gloves to sunglasses, anything really.
How many different design options for your clothing do you have?
So with the clothing, we have 6 different colors, and we also have the outline here, which you can get, and then you can get the full white, you can get the original logo, and then I have a 4th logo coming in the summer.
Watson looks forward to the continued success of his company. For those of you who want to take a look at his new logo, head on over to his Instagram, 100 Watts Apparel. For ACDN-TV, I'm Alex Long.
Wow, those are some really cool designs, Chase. Definitely gonna have to cop myself one of those. Do you have a shirt?
Yeah, same here. Oh, no, I actually don't have a shirt. This past Friday, March Madness for college basketball started up for the first time in 2 years since last year's tournament was canceled due to COVID. There was a lot of upsets throughout the first 2 rounds. One of the worst was the 15th-seeded Oriole Roberts defeated the 2nd-seeded Ohio State in the first round, the Orioles defeated the 7th-seeded Florida. Another upset is the first round was the 14th-seeded Aberdeen Christian Wildcats defeated the 3rd-seeded Texas Longhorns. The Sweet 16 round will start Saturday.
Sounds really cool. Speaking of March Madness, the Swatara Coffee Company created a little incentive challenge called March Latte Madness. Allison Cooper is going to give us an inside look at the challenge at the Swatara Coffee Shop. Allison?
This is Allison Cooper from ACDN-TV. I am here at Swatara Coffee Shop in Annville. As March continues, the coffee shop is doing a March Latte Madness competition. In this competition, each barista got to mix different types of syrups to create their very own latte. I wanted to talk to some of the girls about their creations. Swatara Coffee Shop is a veteran-owned coffee shop with 2 awesome locations. The original shop is located in the heart of Jonestown, and the second is located in our very own town, Annville. The owner of these locations came up with the idea for a March Madness and set it into action at Jonestown 4 years ago. Ever since then, March Latte Madness has been a huge hit. The concept of the competition is that each of the baristas is given a list of all of the syrups we could use in our drinks. Then, from there, it is our jobs to put it together in our very own latte. The competition lasts through the month of March, and each time a girl sells a latte, it gets added to our total sold. Whoever sells the most lattes by the end of the month gets their latte put on our official drink menu. First, we asked the girls what their drinks were.
So my drink is the Lucky Leprechaun. It's a combination of peppermint and vanilla.
So the name of my drink is a caramel apple, and then the syrups that are inside of the drink are a combination of apple syrup and caramel syrup.
So my drink is the spiced bourbon caramel latte.
The baristas had many different inspirations for their drinks.
My inspiration was the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's, which is pretty popular during this month.
So the inspiration for my drink is just, I love caramel apples. That's my favorite childhood snack, so that's where the inspiration came from.
I didn't really have like an inspiration for my drink. I just kind of looked at the list of flavors and I was like, okay, well, this one seems like it might do well. And that was it.
Despite their creativity, the girls were not confident in their chances of winning.
At the beginning, I was pretty confident, but now I see that there's a little bit of competition with other drinks, like the chocolate-covered strawberry.
So my chances of winning are pretty low right now because there's a lot of leading drinks that are above mine, but I'm not too mad about that.
So I'm in second place right now, but I think that the chocolate-covered strawberry kind of has the lead locked in.
Finally, we asked them what makes activities like this fun for them personally.
Anything to crush the competition.
So activities like this are fun for me because I like to be in competitions. I'm a very competitive person, so that's what makes it fun for me.
I am pretty competitive, so I love getting to just kind of make fun of everybody else and, you know, tease them about where their latte is. And I just love what I do. I love making coffee, so.
With lots of unique creations, there's no better time than now to come out and visit. Remember, the winner's drink will be on our permanent menu. I'm Allison Cooper from ACDN-TV.
Some of those sound really good.
I might have to swing by and grab my some drinks for the boys.
2 weeks ago, senior Noah Safford won the state championship for the American Legion Speak contest. Noah competed against 2 other students from Eastern and Western PA and spoke for 10 minutes on the Constitution. In the end, he won first place and would have earned the privilege to participate in the Nationals in Indianapolis. However, due to COVID, nationals were canceled and Noah earned an additional $5,000 to the $7,500 he won last Saturday. Let's take a sneak peek at some of his highlights in his performance.
Judicial interpretation allows for the Supreme Court to intervene and draw clarity on the vague wording of the Constitution. For example, in 2008, we saw the Supreme Court strike down a federal law that forbade nearly all civilians residing in Washington, D.C. from possessing a handgun in the Supreme Court case, District of Columbia versus Heller. With a 5-4 majority, the Supreme Court ruled that due to the history and language of the Second Amendment, it protected a private right of ownership to a handgun. Nobody could really blame Bobby Bland for liking that Facebook post all those years ago. I'm sure many of us in the room today have liked a Facebook post within the past year at some point in time. But it's just comforting to know that things such as judicial interpretation are in place to help preserve our First Amendment rights. After all, we are the people who must read and interpret the Constitution with the ever-changing times. We are the people who must use that information in order to help educate others as to how their rights are changing. And if I were to post these ideas on Facebook, you are the people who will be able to freely and enthusiastically give them a like.
Second place for today, second place, Liam Dickon. And our first place winner for the Department of Pennsylvania, Noah Safford.
He lost me an elastic clause.
He lost me a Constitution. But what hasn't lost me is the fact that we have our spring break starting next Thursday. That's right, school will not be in session next Thursday, Friday, or the following Monday.
And many-thon permission slips are due on Monday, so you sure turn those in to Mr. Clements if you are in high school, and Miss Felty if you're in middle school. For ACDN-TV, I'm Aiden Heilman.
And I'm Dylan Clements. Have a great rest of your week, AC.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.